Hey guys, it's Luke here and welcome back to another video. You join me today with another Cupra on the channel. This car is a Cupra 280 and as you've seen by the title and thumbnail, it's running pretty much over double what it did when it rolled off the production line. This specific car is running a Littco L560 Turbo, running 632 horsepower. And do you know what? It is so cool to see one of these been taken to the next level, because if anyone wants big power, they tend to go for the all-wheel drive equivalents, being the Golf R or the S3. But this is, of course, well, it's absolutely mental. One of the fastest around. Cannot wait to experience it. And we have a nice dry day, because you may remember the last time I featured a Cupra, it was tipping it down, so it was pointless. But anyway, I'll introduce you to Dan, the owner. We'll have a walk around the car before going out and hopefully getting some grip. Okay, so we're now joined with Dan, the owner of the car. Thank you very much for coming out today, buddy. This thing is a bit of a beast, isn't it? 632 brake with still the front wheel drive setup as well.
Yeah, she's a handful.
Definitely, although on a day like today, it's going to be the best it'll ever be, I suppose. But anyway, we've got the bonnet open, of course, at the moment. A lot of things been done to it. I mean, you've still got the 2 litre in there, but it's obviously fully forged and everything, which you'd expect. So if it's all right to kind of give us a bit of a run through. Yeah,
so like you said, forged 2 litre block, done by Litco. So full bottom end, and then on the top end it's still stock. We just put some Subtech valve springs in, which allows us to rev the car out to 7.5 in sport, 7.7 in manual.
Okay, yeah.
The Littco L560 ball bearing hybrid turbo. So not much to look at because it's all in the stock housing, but I do have a bigger AR housing on it. So on the exhaust side, it's a bit bigger. Dan at Litco has done a bit of porting and polishing and a bit of custom stuff on that AR housing as well.
Yeah. So it's a bit of a special one.
The idea is it's supposed to give you a bit more top end. Yeah. Which is probably why my car has made a little bit more power than some of the ones with the stock AR housing. Okay. Yeah. And you'll hear when we go out, or later on in the video, it kind of whistles a bit like a supercharger as well. Oh, nice, okay. So it doesn't quite sound like a hybrid turbo normally does on these cars, which is quite nice. So then we've got the Mount Tune M52X3 induction kit with the intake turbo as well. That's pretty similar to the racing line one. It's just got this extra opening here, which gives you a bit more noise. We've got the racing line catch can system. Yeah, again, pretty essential for MQB cars. Yeah, in fact, Ben, if you kind of do a built engine, he mandates you have to have some sort of catch can system on them. Fair enough. That's because you get a bit more blow by on a built engine as well, because of the piston clearances and whatnot. Got the 980cc MPI, which you can't see, but it is there. Yeah. Got the Viz high pressure fuel pump upgrade, and then these are fairly new. Like a bigger cap as well. Okay, which is just supposed to ease some of the pressure and some of the build back in the system. A guy called Andrew Burton's designed those, who some of us know, and that's quite a good bit of kit. Seems to do the job. Sweet, and it's pretty clean as well, actually. Yeah, I try and keep it clean. Yeah, it's really clean. What else we got? The low pressure fuel pump. Yeah. So I'm running a Walbro 535 Hellcat pump, and that's actually in the newer Golf GTI bucket system. Okay, yeah. So that's that. I need a PM4 to run that because it will just overload on the ampage because of the pump. Yeah. So then we've got the Torque Bike PM4 system kind of sorting that out. I guess all the other little bits and bobs. So we've got Traxlag 4-inch downpipe. Yeah. Then it's a custom 3-inch system. All the way through? All the way through, just a single res in it, so it is a bit ASFO. It's got to be. To be fair, I'm thinking of putting a middle box back in it. But as this isn't my daily, I kind of, every time I get in the car, I kind of forget about that. So. Yeah, absolutely. But that's what it's all about. It is loud, like obnoxiously so. Yeah, and I can imagine. I can imagine. Is meth injected as well? Yeah, meth injected, so we're running 100% meth. Yeah, okay. So the tank's in the boot for that. Yeah, that's fair enough. Fair enough. What kind of setup is it? So that's just the AEM. With the custom tank. Yeah. Funny enough, I've got a upgraded intake manifold and port meth to put on it.
Nice.
And then I was quite pleased the other day because my Cyvex controller for methanol came as well. So.
Sweet. So you're running still the stock ECU at the moment?
Yeah, stock ECU. And then with the Cyvex water meth controller, you can just go in through the CAN bus on it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The idea being it will do what all the other Cyvex stuff does, or at least it says it will on paper. So any problems with the meth or the pressure, it'll flag up an engine management light. So I think at the minute, one of the risks you've got with the kits that most people have, and actually we found it on the dyno because it blocked, is that if you don't get your meth through, and this is time independent for meth, there's not a lot going to protect your engine even if it's built.
Right, yeah,
so
gotcha.
Kind of, it's good timing from Cyvex because in theory, anything goes wrong, it'll throw an EPL and you can go, right, okay, I've got a problem, not going to boot it.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think some of the other benefits is rather than just being dictated by boost, which all the kits are at the moment, the Cyvex will let you kind of bring meth in by RPM and some additional bits and pieces, so you can fine tune it a lot more.
Awesome. I mean, moving around the car, aside for all the performance, you've got a pretty hefty set of brakes on it as well.
Yeah, so they're, a lot of people think they're off the RS3, and they are similar, so they do use the same caliper, but they are RSQ3 brakes.
Okay, yeah.
So they're 8-pot Brembos, so 4 pads in each caliper. And then you've got the wavy disc design, which I think they're a bit Marmite for some people.
They look cool though, I think.
I think they look quite good behind those Revo wheels.
Yeah, so. Revo wheels as well, in bronze. I'm loving the stealthed out look with the bronze and red touches as well. Pretty cool. It's a DSG car as well, isn't it?
DSG, so it's got a TBS stage 3 on it. Still the stock clutches. Nothing done to the gearbox other than it kind of gets looked after and serviced.
Yeah, all the usual bits.
And then the Cupra's come with an LSD as well.
Okay, I never knew that actually. That's interesting.
Which helps with putting the power down.
Yeah, exactly. I suppose the only other thing is the suspension. What kind of suspension we're running at the moment?
Yeah, it's a Bilstein B16s.
Yeah.
I think probably about 45 mil.
Yeah.
We've lowered it.
It is a beast of a thing. I'm very much so looking forward to it because obviously the roads are all dry and everything. We should somewhat get the power down, I think, possibly.
Yeah, once we get out of third.
No, fair enough. All right, well, if that's pretty much everything, I think we'll get it fired up and go for a spin. Was that from 4th gear you can plant it and it'll...
4th is no spin at all.
It'll just grip.
Oh, could have been childish there.
It's proper loud as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Proper loud.
Yeah, it's good fun.
Yeah.
It's definitely a car all about the drama.
Definitely, yeah. That's insane.
That was third as well, actually hooked up.
Wow, okay. Yeah, because third you normally say it's still pretty spinny in third. Yeah.
Well, that was half throttle as well though, to be fair.
That was half throttle?
Yeah, I wasn't wide open.
So the meth, I guess, is dependent on whatever kind of boost you're in and everything.
Yeah, on the AEM kits, I think because there's 2 settings for it, so it's when it comes in, which is, I think the max you can have it is about 12 psi on AM.
Okay.
It comes in quite early, and then kind of when it maximum sprays, which is, I think it's set about 30 psi. I think that's one of the problems with it. It comes in so early,
so you use a lot.
Yeah, hence that massive tank. That standard tank was, when we went out and I did it in 40 minutes once.
The whole thing drained in 40 minutes?
That standard tank you get with the AEM, like the one you got.
Oh yeah, exactly.
And then maybe 6 draggy runs on that standard tank as well.
Talking about draggy runs, it's quick.
Yeah, 5.66, 100 to 200.
That's the personal best so far.
Yeah.
Just on pump fuel with meth?
Pump fuel and meth, yeah, no flex fuel or anything like that. So full weight as well, big heavy leather interior.
Yeah, that's true, that makes a big difference actually.
Well,
big difference.
Well, I am about 103 kilos, something like that.
So. Get me to drive it, it'd be a lot quicker then.
Yeah, to be fair, a couple of people have said, oh yeah, you know, get someone like to drive it. I've had a couple of offers as well.
I bet you have. Or you can add my name to the list. It's just so much more, it adds so much more theatre to it when it's spinning around and
it's just all the banging off the limiter.
Yeah, so this is pretty much what, one of the world's fastest, not the world's fastest, but
definitely the most powerful on a front wheel drive. That's foot to the floor.
It's so linear, it's just going and going and going.
I think there's a couple that have, I think I know 2 cars that have converted to 4-wheel drive.
Okay.
And one of those has a couple of more horsepower, and I think the other one's doing kind of like a 650.
Is that on the cards?
Yeah, potentially. I think that's where we're going to end up.
Yeah.
I think we're not far off the maximum for this setup.
You're a brave man putting 632 brake in a front wheel drive car, I tell you that.
No, it's worth it though when you get to drive it like this. See the noise.
Yeah. I mean, interior wise, pretty stock.
Yeah.
Custom steering wheel, that kind of thing. But to be honest, I mean, I quite like these interiors. It is quite similar to the Golf.
Yeah, I don't think they're as bad as kind of people make out they are. They're not. I think you're kind of 2 kinds of person. Like, I like this kind of look.
Yeah.
And I guess the VAG look in general, isn't it?
Yeah,
or you're kind of a Ford person with a million buttons and all the jazz and the logos everywhere. That's not really my cup of tea. But
it's just clean cut, isn't it?
Yeah.
The seats are nice. It's just a nice car to just cruise in, isn't it? But like you said, this isn't your daily.
No.
It's just a weekend toy.
No, you know, I'm lucky I'm old enough. I've got a company car, we've got a car for the wife as well.
Yeah,
so I can literally roll this out when the weather's nice, or I fancy letting off a bit of steam.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's quite nice when building the engine and that, because there's no pressure on.
Yeah, exactly. It's something I need to do to my Golf R, to be fair, because mine's done 90k miles. It's running 500 brake and it's on the stock engine. So it's on the back of my mind, but once you've done what you've done, it's like, it's done. Which is something I need to do, definitely.
Yeah, it's interesting because the stock engines for them are getting really expensive as well.
Are they? Yeah.
I mean, this time last year they were like, you know, probably £1,000 you could pick up an engine someone didn't want anymore, like out of a breaker. Yeah. You see them now; they're going for like £2.5 grand.
I need to get my arse in gear then.
Yeah, and the problem is because the base engine's costing more.
Yeah.
Your built engine's costing more.
Exactly.
I mean, you're all right if you don't blow up, and then you can build what you've got.
Yeah. True.
Or even sell your engine, which is what I did. I was lucky I did this before I blew the engine up. So.
Yeah, gotcha.
It is nice when the engine's built because you can give it a bit of a thrashing and not worry about it.
Yeah, absolutely. I suppose it's so much lighter than what a Golf R or an S3 would be, because obviously you don't have a driven rear axle as well. So.
No, and you got because it's front wheel drive, you've not got the transmission loss either.
Yeah, true. Very true.
But you know, I get why people like 4-wheel drive. Like, you know, my next company car is a 4-wheel drive S3. So.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
So, you know, and the wife's car is alright. It's an SUV, but again, we've got a 4-wheel drive. So
exactly, yeah.
You know, I do see the benefit of it, but
I like how you've kind of gone off the beaten path, though, thinking I want a big power car, but I don't want to do what everyone else is doing. Get a Cupra, do something different, stick a load of power in it, and see how it takes it.
Yeah, well, my kind of driving is kind of kind of B roads and
absolutely,
and twisty. So right, this you know, you could say I've not built the car for my type of driving, but you know, still, it also handles really well.
Yeah, true. Yeah, well, you got the right suspension setup and everything like that, and brakes.
I think rear wheel drive. I mean, you've got your BMs, haven't you? Front wheel drive.
Yeah,
You've got to have a little bit more about you to understand when the car's going to step out, or. You know,
I imagine torque steer is definitely.
Yeah, this will just go.
I love that noise.
Yeah, in all its glory.
Yeah. What a machine. Well, mate, I think that is going to wrap things up from us today, mate. Oh, what a car. Seriously, what a car. I kind of wish I experienced Lee's 550 brake one with a day like today as well, because it still would have been pretty quick.
This is a good motor.
Yeah, definitely. But anyway, as always in these kind of videos, you can find Dan's Instagram link found in the description down below. But that is it for me today. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, please do make sure you leave a like and make sure you subscribe. All the adventures still to come.